Palestinians call them a symbol of solidarity, but one of the key leaders in Doug Ford's government thinks they are too political. Tina Yazdani is at Queen's Park, where keffiyeh scarves are no longer allowed to be worn in the legislature. But Tina, many want to see this ban overturned, including the Premier.
Yeah, that's right, Cynthia. The Premier calling on the House Speaker to overturn the keffiyeh ban, which he says needlessly divides the people of the province. But an NDP motion to reverse the ban failed to pass today after one of the Premier's own PC members voted against it.
If the House believes that the wearing of the keffiyeh in this House at the present time is not a political statement, I would certainly and unequivocally accept the expressed will of the House.
Moments later, NDP leader Marit Stiles moved a motion to protest the Speaker's ruling, seeking the unanimous consent of MPPs to overturn the keffiyeh ban in the Ontario legislature.
The keffiyeh is a culturally significant clothing item to many in Ontario's Palestinian, Muslim and Arab communities and should therefore be permitted to be worn in the House.
Agreed? No. I heard some no's.
And with that, the ban will remain in place. At least one of those no's came from Conservative MPP Robin Martin.
And I think the Speaker made the correct ruling. It's in the same way we can't, use other kinds of political clothing. We can't wear T-shirts that say "Free the hostages," or wrap ourselves in a flag or whatever. We have to follow the rules of the legislature. Otherwise, we politicize the entire debate.
But with her vote, Martin openly defied the Premier, who had also called for the keffiyeh ban to be reversed.
We see the division right now that's going on. It's not healthy, and this would just divide the community even more.
I think the Premier needs to make sure that his people do the right thing.
Speaker Ted Arnott says after extensive research, he concluded that wearing the keffiyeh at the present time is clearly intended to be a political statement, and restricting clothing or other apparel with political messaging is routine in the chambers.
Extremely politically sensitive, obviously, but procedurally, I believe I made the right decision. If someone was wearing a hostage T-shirt, was drawn to my attention, and asked me to rule on it, I would have to do so.
The Speaker was pretty clear this is not a forever ban, that in this climate, the keffiyeh is a political statement. Would you disagree with that?
I think that the keffiyeh it's worn by Muslims, Arabs, Palestinians, yes. It is cultural attire.
Now, Tina, what makes this ban somewhat unique is that it applies to the entire building, not just the chambers.
Yeah, that's right, Cynthia. There are strict rules for what can and can't be worn inside of the chambers, but to ban it for the entire legislative building is a little bit unique. Marit Stiles says some of her own staff have been affected by this ban, that they were asked to remove the scarves upon entering the building, that they can't even wear the scarves in their own offices. When we asked the Speaker why this ban applies to the entire building, he simply said for consistency. So what's next? Well, the Premier can still move his own motion to reverse this ban, which the Speaker has said he would respect, and that's exactly what opposition members are calling for him to do. We'll have to wait and see if he does. Cynthia?
All right, Tina, thank you.